Good evening and welcome to everyone watching our virtual Q&A. I am here this evening with a few members of the Savannah R3 District Administration team. We have Dr. Eric Curry, our Superintendent, Mr. Brian Hansen, Assistant Superintendent, Ashley Anderson, our Curriculum Director, Sarah Portnier, High School Principal, Stephanie Merritt, Middle School Principal, and Kelly Warrens, Principal at John Glenn Elementary. Thank you all for joining us and taking time out to make this video. I know this is a very hectic time right now for school administration, and we thank you for the work that you're doing for our students, for our staff, and things that you have done to support our community through this time. Ashley, let's start with you. As the district curriculum director, you have been working very closely with all of our teachers to outline what the district expects academically from our students. What can you tell us about that process, and what can we as parents expect from our teachers for the remainder of the school year?
I want to first just say to our teachers how proud we are of their quick response. They've just been very efficient with what we've expected from them. So I just want to give them a quick shout out from my position working with them. But I want to first start with your first question, Jess, is about process. We outlined our distance learning plan during spring break so that we would be ready to hit the ground running on Monday when we came back on March 23rd. And so we got that plan to our teachers. So I just want to quickly highlight the mission and vision for that plan. Our mission is simply to serve our students while we're separated. Their emotional well-being and health is more important to us than academics at this time. And so that just really goes into our vision for our teachers became that they just provide enrichment activities and really exploration learning, if you will. Just trying to get topics out there to our students that they might still be teaching if we were in session, but just allowing the kids to explore those topics on their own. So I really want to just make sure that it's known that we're not trying to mimic a normal school day with the lesson ideas that our teachers are getting to our students. So I don't think that anyone wants to expect that. But going into expectations for our parents, at the K-5 level, our teachers are getting lesson ideas to our families every week. So what they're doing is 3 ideas for the core content areas. So they're going to give you 3 ideas for ELA, 3 for math, 3 for science, 3 for social studies that you can do throughout the week. In addition to that, our exploratory teachers are also coming up with lessons that you can choose from at your leisure whenever those occur and whenever you want to do those during the week. At the 6-12 level, our teachers are also expected to do 3 lessons a week per course. So that's just kind of an overview, but once again, just reiterating that they're optional. We will have some suggestions for additional things that parents can do with their kids when we release our written statements later. I do want to quickly just highlight, we do have a district academic statement that as far as the board meeting went on Tuesday night that we want to get out to parents. So the full written statement will come out. I'm just going to highlight a couple things. Just to reiterate with grades, everyone is earning a pass-fail for this second semester. Teachers are not grading anything new since March 23rd. And that goes for our K-8 students. There's nothing new being graded. There is some gray area there because at the high school level, where those credits are very important to be earned, we are allowing teachers to go in and grade missing assignments or late assignments for any student who might have been failing a course before we went on our closure. So prior to spring break, if a student was failing a course, they can work with the teacher to redo some late assignments or missing assignments, or perhaps the teacher can create a new assignment for them to replace something that could not be reproduced at this time in this format. So those things are allowed to be graded and replace grades from third quarter, if you will, to help the student earn a P for passing. I do want to clarify grades real quick. A lot of our teachers use the Canvas platform, and they have quizzes or things in there that can be graded. We also have a lot of other programs that feed into Canvas. And so if our teachers are using those things and students are completing work through those platforms, it might pop into Canvas as a grade, and that's totally fine. I just want to make sure that everyone understands that Canvas, while it does have a very active grade book that our teachers are in a lot, it's not our official grade book. So if you see grades and things in there that pop up, that's okay. The official grade book is Tyler. So if all of our teachers are aware of this, but none of the anything that they're scoring or anything like that is going into Tyler to make it official. So just to clarify that. But like I said, the full academic statement will come out later tonight for further clarification.
Thank you, Ashley. It sounds like there's been a lot of work put into this, and I appreciate that, and I know that our teachers appreciate that support from you and the work that you have done to help them, as well as the building administrators. As a parent, I can tell you that we do feel this support as well, and we appreciate all that everyone has done. So Ms. Portnier, talk to me about what this looks like for high school students who may not be on track to pass this semester. Will they still be receiving credit?
Yeah, our number one concern through all of our closure has been making sure that our students are receiving credit if needed toward graduation. Our teachers have been working hard to identify any students that were failing at third quarter. We're currently working with those students to ensure they have opportunities to make up those assignments they may have missed or failed while we were in session. And we want to be sure that our students are still given every opportunity to receive credit for the semester. One thing I do want to clarify is that at the high school, with the pass-fail, none of this semester will figure into GPAs of seniors or underclassmen. So.
Okay, so what about the senior class? Are any of them at risk for not graduating because of the closures mandated by COVID-19?
Our seniors have been our number one priority during this closure to ensure that they have all credits to graduate, as they usually are during that second semester through our counseling center and our teachers. We're working with seniors that may have been at risk before the closure of not graduating in the same manner that we would if we were in school. Interventions and every effort is being made by teachers to help students complete necessary work to earn all those needed credits. As far as what we're doing, this closure will not have a negative effect on students. If they're still struggling, I just encourage them to reach out to teachers or myself at the high school.
Okay, so Mrs. Warren, as an elementary principal, what can parents expect from teachers now that it has been announced that school will not be in session through the rest of the 1920 school year?
Well, teachers are still reaching out. They're holding Zoom meetings, they're emailing, they're using the Remind app. They're doing a lot of different things to keep in touch with the parents as much as the kids. We've been doing that since the middle of March. This is going to continue through the last scheduled day of school, May 21st. We also have packets that are available at all the schools on Monday and Wednesday until noon. So please feel free to come by and grab one.
Ms. Merritt, should parents be worried about their students being held back?
No, absolutely not. District-wide, we are going to be promoting all K through 8 students to the next grade level when they return in August, unless there were retention plans previously put in place. So we understand that students across the country are missing months and months of school. So this is not anything unique to our area. So we will make adjustments to the curriculum when we return in the fall to accommodate any content that's been missed.
Thank you. As a parent of 3 children in the district, that is very comforting to hear. Mrs. Warren, what can you tell parents of incoming kindergartners about the screenings that have been missed? Will this affect their eligibility for kindergarten?
Absolutely not. We have rescheduled those screenings for August, and we're going to be reaching out to all of the parents with more information and just about how they're going to get their child screened and when. All kindergarten students will need to screen at their home school, and those dates will be posted very soon on our website. It'll also be posted in the newspaper, so just be ready to hear those.
Perfect. Mr. Hanson, we know that obviously school will not be in session. We're not allowed to have the kids back in the building for the rest of the regular school year. What about summer school?
Great question. So since the governor announced that schools were going to be closed for the rest of the year, the Department of Elementary Secondary Education started right away in discussing summer school options and opportunities for all districts. Those discussions are still taking place, they're still ongoing. And so once we hear from them more guidance on what we can do with summer school, or if we can even have it, then we will have those discussions here as a district on what we're going to do, and then of course let everyone know our plan.
We'll look forward to those communications. I thank you again for all the work that you've done to keep this school year moving forward. I know it hasn't been an easy road, but you have all taken it in stride. On that same note, a huge staff shout out to everyone at Savannah R3 for the work they've put in over the last few weeks. We realize it's not just administration and teachers that are putting in extra work and going above and beyond. It's also our custodial staff and our food service staff, our paras, and we appreciate what's being done by all of them. Let's switch gears for a minute from academics and talk about some other questions that come along with closing school for the rest of the year. One big concern is personal belongings that students left behind. Is there a plan in place for picking up their supplies or cleaning out their lockers?
Yes, there is. Beginning May 14th, we're going to be allowing a few students at a time into both the middle school and the high school to clean out their lockers and get whatever materials they may need. But we have to keep with that social distance mandate. So there's going to be a very well-planned event. More information is going to be sent directly to our students and parents. Look for that the first part of May regarding what it's exactly going to look like.
The elementary schools will be using a curbside pickup or a drive-through model versus having the students physically coming into the building. Again, we're still kind of working out the logistics of what this will look like, but we will start this process the week of May 14th. We encourage all students to please bring back their library books at this time as well.
Okay. Ms. Portnier, we talked about students and their lockers. What about student athletes and equipment they might have at home still?
We are going to have our coaches reach out to our students who may still have uniforms or equipment that they need to return using that communication that they would normally use with their teams and athletes. And we'll be orchestrating a student drop-off at the high school for those items beginning as early as next week. So we're going to try and get those collected, and then as far as picking up their belongings, we'll go ahead and that will be orchestrated, as Ms. Merritt said, beginning May 14th.
Okay, great. One of the district's biggest initiatives has been providing take-home Chromebooks, computers for all our middle school and high school students. Dr. Curry, is there a plan for checking those back in for the summer?
Yes, Jess, there is, but only our seniors will actually be returning their Chromebooks. Seniors will be turning them in later in May when they are allowed to pick up their personal belongings in the building. However, if you are not returning to Savannah next year, please make arrangements with your building administrator for those Chromebooks return. For right now, though, we want students to have access to their machines for distance learning and in order to stay connected to our district.
Thank you all again for the work that you're putting into orchestrating all of these things. I know it takes a lot of planning for these events. There's a lot that goes into it, so thank you for your work. Before we go, there's one last question that I know is weighing heavily on the hearts of many. The graduating class of 2020 has had a disappointing end to their year, to say the least. Are there any plans being made for graduation?
At this time, we're working on an alternative plan for graduation. I know that I've received many, many questions and offerings of help from senior parents and other community members. We do know that it will not be held on May 17th as originally scheduled due to our social distancing requirements. We have worked out a plan to offer a virtual graduation if the need arises, so we're working on that. We also just this morning made a contingency plan to hold our graduation ceremony on Savage Field on June 28th, if it is at all possible. So we hesitated on a rescheduled date with the concern of having to cancel that rescheduled date. This morning in our meeting, we felt that June 28th is further enough out that hopefully we won't have to do that. But we will have a final decision and notification on this no later than June 14th. Our graduates and their families, they deserve to celebrate their accomplishment, and we will do our very best to make that possible.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the graduating class?
Yeah, I have a lot I'd like to say to the graduating class. I miss them. I know that this is not how we planned, how you planned your senior year to come to an end and your time at SHS. And I just want every senior to know that we're thinking about you guys and we're working our hardest to do what's best. We miss you all. And at the beginning of the school year, you guys in our first assembly, where I always keep the seniors after, made a point to tell me that the class of 2020 was extraordinary. And that it was special this year. This 2020 was a big deal, and you were not wrong. So I guess everything that you guys have done up to this point has been memorable, and the ending is as well. So just know we're thinking about you. We're doing our best.
Ms. Portnier, we thank you for that. I know that this situation in the graduating class of 2020 is weighing very heavily on people nationwide. Our hearts go out to all of them, and we appreciate what you are doing to keep them supported, and we hope that they are feeling the love from the community because Savage Nation is a very close-knit tribe, and we love our own, and we want them to feel like we are loving them from afar. So thank you for your work on that. Again, I wanted to thank all of you for taking the time out to visit with us. I know that you've got a lot going on. This has been a difficult time for the district and for anyone involved with these kind of decisions. So thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we go?
Yes, Jess, I would like to give a huge thanks to our staff for keeping our kids engaged academically, for keeping our buildings up, and of course, helping to keep our kids fed during this time. To all our SR3 families, thank you for all you've done helping our kids with the work being provided and keeping the lines of communication open with our teachers. It surely takes a village, and our SR3 parents and staff have risen to this occasion. And go Savages!